he didn't challenge us only as a company, he challenged us as individuals. Hi, I'm Stuart Debowsky. I'm an architect. I own a firm called the Debowsky Design Group. We do residential architecture and interior design. Well, I've known Will for a long time, and I've seen the work that he's done with other firms, I guess most notably law firms. We turned 15 this year, and our business is at the point where we're starting to look towards bigger projects, ways to sort of sharpen the focus of the team towards maybe a smaller quantity, but of a higher quality. And I thought Will would be a great way to kind of jumpstart the year and get the team focused on that particular goal. I knew that Will would come in with a goal in mind, and I knew that he would bring in a level of involvement with the team. That was probably one of the greatest successes of the day, was that I felt like everybody felt comfortable participating, and actually, everybody had their input, which was great. I didn't actually know how it was going to go, and even though Will and I had a meeting beforehand about it, he didn't really tell me what he was going to do. So in a lot of ways, it allowed me to truly be a participant. I didn't know what the next slide was going to be. I didn't know what direction the conversation was going in. And in the end, what he was able to do in a few hours with us was focus the team on the idea of basically higher end projects and the way that our mindset could be sharpened towards that particular goal. And I think, just to add on, one of the things that I really liked about it was that he didn't challenge us only as a company, he challenged us as individuals to basically acknowledge what do each of us have to do on our own to be part of a stronger team. So that was kind of the surprise element for me anyway. It's funny, I knew that I wanted to start the year off on the right foot, and my first thought was that maybe there was something that I could do for the team, but I realized pretty quickly in thinking about it that I wanted to participate, in the facilitation of it as opposed to leading it. My team is only 9 people strong, so at the end of the day, I wanted to put myself in that group rather than lead that group, which is what I usually do. So no, I didn't consider working with anyone else. It was just a question of whether or not to engage an outside facilitator who, frankly, only knows our business from the outside a little bit, to come in and help focus us. The day was not obviously about architecture. It was about identifying the strengths of our team and understanding what it took to kind of bring the team to the goal. It's funny, the whole thing was an aha moment, but I think that what was really kind of, again, unexpected, he brought this giant flip chart, which these sort of mega post-it notes, and having him writing things and putting it up on the wall. Again, you have to understand this testimonial in the context of the fact that our team has never done it before. Like, we've literally only just talked to each other for however many years. So having an outsider that nobody else knew come in and really just basically writing our own words and putting those up on the wall was pretty impactful, I think, for the team to see. And we obviously kept all that paperwork from that day. So I think that the training itself was an aha moment, and then the little nuggets that we took throughout the day was that really everybody on the team had something profound to say, and it was, I think, a testimony to Will to pull that out of everybody. And I'm fairly talkative, and I tried really hard to not talk, to let other people kind of bring that through. One other little personal aha moment for me, which one of the questions that Will asked the team was, what is limiting about working at the firm? And it's an awkward question when when your leader is in the room and you're getting that out there. And I obviously just sort of sat back, and it was impressionable on me that everyone looked at each other in the room like they were confused by the question. Like what does he mean? Like we don't have an answer. That there isn't anything limiting. So in a way, their confusion about the question was, at least for me, almost like a compliment. And I tried to break the ice. I said, listen, I understand that I'm sitting here, so if it's easier, I can get up and leave or whatever, but I want you all to realize that your honesty, your feedback is incredible to me. And in that moment, I kind of realized that this was why you need a skilled facilitator to make those kinds of things happen. And in the end, it was just it was a feather in my cap that my team genuinely didn't understand the question, and it really made me feel good about the fact that they don't feel limited, and that they don't feel as though there's nothing that they can't do in the process of our work together. So I thought that was kind of cool. I think two major things jump out at me. I think the first one was that having Will facilitate the group, it allowed everyone in the group to be able to sort of, almost in speaking back to him, appreciate each other. And one of the big takeaways from the group was that, we're not a perfect team, we're not a perfect business, but there's a real camaraderie amongst the team, and the team really does sort of stand up for each other and assist each other. And then the second part, the way that Will kind of guided us through that was that everybody kind of reached the conclusion on their own, and then were reassured by it afterwards that the direction that the firm is headed is more towards larger projects that are more in depth and require more of our time and attention. And everybody sort of quickly got on board with the idea that having less projects that required more attention was a better way to go. And I think we all sort of internalized what that meant for us as individuals participating in that program. I think the best part of what he conveyed was a level of patience, right? We were sort of figuring stuff out based on the questions that he was asking us, and he would sort of let people go for a little bit. He knew we were on a time frame. He knew we were trying to sort of reach a certain goal, and he kind of let people go a little bit. And I think as a facilitator, that's hard, because you don't know, just like we don't know him, he doesn't know us. So he didn't know how much, so to speak, how much juice he was going to get out of the fruit. An impression was made upon him that all these people from, several different countries and all these different walks of life are now kind of shoulder to shoulder towards a goal that's pretty ambitious, honestly. So, I'm not sure if we'll hit that goal, but I feel good about, the team that we have going into this year and going towards that goal. So I think that might be where the best value, of Will as an outsider coming in, just to sort of check in on those things, in that way. I think that the best thing that came out of it was a sort of a mutual transparency amongst the team. He got everyone to basically acknowledge that we needed to rely on each other, and we sort of made, for lack of a better word, a commitment to each other to stay involved in each other's path towards this goal. So I think that the best part of the day was recognizing the fact that we might actually get what we're wishing for, and if it comes our way, we have to be successful with it, because otherwise, what was the point of the whole thing? So I think that was probably the greatest takeaway from the day. The idea that we might just have the team to get what we want in place, and when that comes our way, we need to be ready to handle it.